What's up, guys? We're gonna do a quick video here on the Bronco grill. So let me tell you a little bit about this grill. This grill right here is the original OuterBanks grill. It is come with the finish on it, and it has the 3 vents here, 6 vents, 3 on top, 3 on bottom. So it looks pretty good. I like the way it looks, and it has the space here for the actual camera, front-facing camera. Anyways, I was on this online website and I found this other grill and I was like, oh, what the heck, let's see if we can get it for 20 bucks. And sure enough, I got it for about $25. I'm like, oh, let's see what it's like. And it came in 3 pieces. Like, what? I've never seen this before, but 20 bucks, 25 bucks that I paid for it. Let's see how it looks, right? And see how it goes together. Now, one thing about this, it did not come with hardware. So I had to go to the hardware store and find some hardware that kind of fits in here. Right, so I found a few screws that fit in here, and we're gonna see. It doesn't have instructions either, so we're gonna see if we can figure this out. Let's go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It is a front ronc. It's missing the B and it's missing the O in the end, but it does come with the actual B and O. You can just screw in there, not the hardware, just the O's or the letters. It has the right side and the left side, the passenger and driver side. And it has these other vents. I think this goes in the back to just make sure it kind of grabs air correctly there and there. And even these aren't one piece. These are 2 pieces also. So supposedly the thing's worth $200. No way this thing is worth $200. I mean, I wouldn't pay more than maybe 50 bucks if you really want to change your front grill that bad. But there's plenty of used grills on the market. Like if you go to Marketplace or eBay or Craigslist or anything like that, you can find other grills. Again, I got this just because it was $20. Instead of returning it, I'm like, oh, let's just put it on, see what it looks like. Let's see what a 3-piece grill looks like. Because if you look at it here, see how it has like little holes here? So it is this. It has the inserts. So it just slides right in there. Like that. And then the screws kind of tighten it all up. Let me show you the back. See how it kind of slides in like that? And you put screws in here. I think I have 4 screws for these, 4 on each side. But some of the screws also go on here. So here, this right here goes on this side, I think. Nope, this way, obviously. Okay, you can kind of line up the holes here, see where the holes go. So let's see if I can make enough space for this. So I'm gonna do this so it doesn't fall. I'm gonna put a couple bolts on here just kind of hold this in together. Okay, I'm just put 2 of these on each side. And I found one in a little tool. I have a bunch of little screws there, so I found one that kind of fits it. And I went to the hardware store and just bought a few more. These fit in here pretty good. Just lightly, don't make it too tight. Don't want these to mess up. Okay, so that's that. See how the crease looks. And you can't tell right there very much, right? But if I turn it this way, you could tell there's a crease there. Now once you put the actual O on here, it'll kind of break up the crease itself, but you can still see it there. Where's the B? Where's that B at? Right there. Alright, we're gonna put it on. See what it looks like. Okay, so let's figure out this part here. This goes on this side. And it already came with all of these clips already on here, and it has these long spears on here that kind of should fit straight in there. And some of it was already put together, so I don't know if somebody bought this and returned it. That's why it went to auction or what, but yeah, I would never have paid $200 that supposedly it was for sale for. No way. Maybe I should put one more bolt in here and then do these side ones. And then do the same thing over here. I'll put one more bolt on that side. So this is the air intake. This is where the air actually goes in. If you look at it, there's nothing in here. And this is nothing. And then here is the actual intake. This one has little grooves in it, so it actually picks up air from the bottom too. Okay, actually, let's open this up real quick. If you don't have these little shocks on yours, add them. They're like 20-30 bucks. They're not that expensive, and they're easy to add, and it helps so much. It's much easier. So the air comes in here and up here and through this little air section here and then into the air box, right? So if it does have like water or anything that's heavy debris, it'll actually feed it out here. Now if you go through a pretty heavy amount of water, then definitely it'll roll up in here, right? But this is what you don't want. You don't want any water in here. So you don't want anything in here that can have water. And this is what I ended up buying, some number 8 1/2 inch and number 6 3/8 inch. And these fit pretty good in here. All these number 8s fit well on both sides. So we're gonna put all of them in here, kind of make sure it stays nice and tight. Don't want to go too tight, you don't want to break this. That one's already on. Okay, so yeah, these didn't fit, and I thought these were bigger. These are smaller, so I think I bought the smaller ones. They fit on here on the actual letters for the back of the B and the O. That's for those. I don't have one that fits in here. These are too big. All these are too big. So I'm gonna have to go to the store real quick and find one that's kind of like this size. See how it fits. This one fits okay. It's a little loose, but this one actually fits perfect. Yeah. So something like this. One more thing is I found this also. I forgot this was in the box. This I believe goes right here, here, here. Right? So this just holds the camera if you have a camera. If you have a camera, that's what this is for. I'm not putting it on yet because I got to take that one off and see what it's like. But first, let's go to the hardware store and find a few more screws. We need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we went and we got some of these. I forgot what thread these are. And some number 10 screws, some screws and bolts. Okay, I'm gonna try the actual bolts and see the bolts work, but we also got some washers because this space is the head on this kind of small. So see how these work. I think that's gonna work. Let's try putting a few on and see what happens. So I think somebody definitely tried to use this thing because you could tell it has some wear. They tried to put it together and couldn't do it, I guess. Okay. Bro.
Wow.
Okay, there it is. Okay, just put 2 screws here with the O and the B. The B obviously has a direction because it faces that way, right? The O is either up or down, but it also has a direction because these are a little bit higher. So if you like, we put it on now. Okay, so we're going to remove this up here to get it out of the way. We're going to remove, looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs, maybe 9, but I think I lost this one. So 9 tabs. And this is more of a remove and just push this out of the way. If you find where the little crease is, see that little crease right here? It actually makes it so much easier. See that? Pop right out. I always forget I have special tools for some of this stuff. So this is perfect for this. It actually slides right in there and right out. And then out. Okay, let's move these all out of the way so we don't lose these like we already did. Hey look, I think I just found the one that I had lost. Never mind, it's probably from today. How many do we have here? So no, I didn't find it. Okay, now this should just pop off. The only thing about this is I can't take it out because I have the winch connected right here. I don't want to disconnect this, so we're just gonna scoot this back like that. That'll work. Look what just fell. So I guess we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. No, I'm still missing one.
7, 8, 9.
Okay, so we got 4 bolts to remove, which is going to be this one, this one, this one, and this one. It's pretty tight. Why is it tight? It should not be that tight. This is just the grill. 2, 3, 4. Ah, that's why they were tight. Okay, so I'm gonna have to remove this just because this is for the lighting that I put on here. There's one here. There's one here. I think that might be it actually. This one and this one come with me. Okay, so we have to disconnect the water here. This is the water that actually spits out right here. If you have this, disconnect that, and then disconnect the actual plug too. I think this is the plug for the camera right here too. This one's pretty easy. Well, not that way. I'm not gonna fuck with that. But this right here, just squeeze and pull. Oh, how many pliers? Okay, so all you want to do here is just squeeze here, and this will pop right out. See how it kind of creates the roundness instead of the ovalness? The ovalness and the roundness. Oh, 2 hands is definitely better than 1. Why was it easier with my hands? Squeezing it and pulling it out. Easy. Squeeze it, pull it out. Jesus. Okay, now let's look at this one. It's not too bad, right? Okay, so the brown one is the one that you actually push down here and this part comes out. Okay, so now let's try to pull this thing out. From each one of the corners. Just pull it, pull it. And the whole thing pulls out. You get a scrape there? Of course you got a scrape. Just gonna wipe this thing down some. Get rid of these bugs that are in here. And this thing actually has a lot of little rubber pieces to kind of hold the air in here. It wants to control as much air as possible, so it has these shutters that open and close, but then again the air goes out through here. Okay, so this is the part again that receives the air and funnels it out the side, right? And then this is the part where the camera goes right here. I'm gonna see if I can remove this whole thing as a piece and put it on that one instead of putting this one here. I'll take this out if I need to, right? Just because, I mean, this has the little sections for this thing to latch onto. See all these little cracks and little grooves there? That's where all this goes in. See? But this is so nicely packed in here. I don't want to mess with it. So if I can just pull it out, it'd be great. Just pull it out, put the new one in there, boom. Okay, so these 6 right here are all T25s, and this one is a T27. There's 2 of them, one here and one right there. Right, so now these are all off. Set these aside. Whoops. All right, let's see if we can just transfer this over there. It makes it easier. We can transfer it. It's ideal. Okay, so no, it's not the same. So the way that these line up with those grooves right there, it doesn't line up with these grooves that are in here. See, like, so no. So we have to remove the camera and everything on here with the wires. Okay, we're inside the house to cool down some because it's freaking hot outside. Okay, so the wire goes in here. You have to remove this little clip here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. That should free them all out, unless there's more. I don't know. I don't see any others. I don't know what that is. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pinch these and pull it out from the bottom. Okay, I'm sorry I wasn't recording here, but all right. So there's no easy way to take this out actually, but pushing in on this as much as possible and then squeezing the top and bottom, maybe forcing it with a screwdriver a little bit on each side, a little bit on top, a little bit on bottom, and pushing it out, forces it out. Okay. I did all 4 of them. 4 came out. This one was easiest. This is different type. I noticed that I also missed a screw. There's a screw right here. This is the one that holds this little plate that holds the camera. So I'm going to take the screw out here and see if that works. Now this is the camera itself here. Kind of goes here. And we see the camera with a little nozzle. And then this section kind of covers it up. Look, I'm changing something up here. I am going to put this back on, right? The original that came with the new grill. But I'm going to put the old screws on. Right? These fit in here pretty well. And it doesn't have the washer. And that way I don't lose these. So I'm using these again. I don't want to lose these in case I put the other grill back on. Then these are ready to go. Okay, this is on tight now. Right, so now we're going to see if we can fit this in here. Okay, so this worked perfect. These screws, the original screws from the original Ford grill, fit on here perfectly. Even these fit on here perfectly. So I don't even have to buy new screws. These work. Now, just got to clip this back in here. So you can see that goes right there. Right? You see here. That goes in there. That can go there. On the top, put this on the bottom. Yeah, these kind of overlap, but they don't need to do that. I got one more that needs to go right here, and that is it. We're ready. I did put some braces here because the camera sticks out a little bit, if you see, you can tell there. So it wasn't letting me tighten everything up well, but now it does. Okay, don't forget to plug these in. So I guess it goes this way. There it goes. That worked. Now this one also just goes in. And then this goes here. Gonna hold you in. Boom. Alright, I'm going to zip tie this thing back here again, kind of where it was. Okay, so we zip tied them. I put a little zip tie here, not too tight because I don't want to stop the circulation or the running of the water that goes through here. And I put a zip tie here, and I put a zip tie on this side also, just going to keep this out of the way of this here, right? These screws line up pretty well. Okay, everything's back on. You can tell that these clips here, that I kind of have to stretch them for them to work, because it doesn't line up the same as the original one. I tried pushing it back some here, but it's all it goes. It doesn't. There's nowhere else for it to move back. I'm gonna close it and see what you think. Okay, so looking closely at it, yeah, you can definitely see there's a line right there, right? That does not look good. Here, you can tell obviously, and right here on the very bottom, just the way it doesn't line up perfectly, it's also very obvious. And it's the same thing on both sides, so it's not an installation issue, it's a manufacturer issue. But yeah, here too. But once you step back about maybe this much, can't really tell. All right, guys, so what do you think? I mean, it's definitely not worth $200-300, but with $25 total purchase and then a couple of dollars I spent on the screws that I didn't have to actually buy, it actually doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. Let's see how long it'll stay okay, and then eventually I'll go back to the other one. Maybe find something different. I don't know. Anyways. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I'm going to roll out of here with some of the video that I did of going through some high waters here down the road because the hurricane came through and Had to wait a little bit of water. It's pretty fun, something to watch. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos I have also. Deuce. Took out a little bit of high water here on Little York, but it's not too bad. It's just a little, might be just a couple inches crossing. Hay poquita agua alta aquí por la Little York, pero no está tan mal, más en medio de las orillas, unos 2 o 3 pulgadas.